All right. Well, first, with regard to what the City Council has done since your last meeting, of course, they had a meeting on May 2nd, which was a joint meeting with you, and we'll be talking about that a little more later tonight during the study session. They had two regular meetings on May 5th and May 19th. On May 5th, the council introduced the minimum wage ordinance, which for small businesses defined as 55 employees or less will set the wage at $12.25 per hour, and for large businesses at $14.44 per hour effective July 1st. These will be on parallel escalating scales that will converge at approximately $16 in 2019. The ordinance came back for a second reading on May 19th, but some minor changes needed to be made, so the ordinance was modified and then reintroduced on first reading. Therefore, it will come back for final passage at their next regular meeting on June 2nd, and it will then take effect 30 days after that, which will be on July 2nd rather than July 1st. In addition, on May 5th, the council considered residential protections and services. This is not directly related to the commission's purview, but I thought you might be interested. They gave direction to prepare a just cause eviction and harassment ordinance and to contract for additional low and moderate income services, and they referred the matter to the Housing Committee to work out the details. On May 19th, in addition to the first reading of the minimum wage ordinance, the council held a study session on the PBID, the property-based improvement district that funds the Emeryville round. The plan is to mail ballots to property owners in June for a 45-day balloting period. Ballots will then be counted at a special city council meeting on August 4th. And if it is successful, the council will then hold a public hearing and consider whether to form the assessment district, which would then be forwarded to Alameda County for recordation and assessment. The council, as you probably know, doesn't normally meet in August, but they will be holding a special meeting on August 4th just to consider the PBID. And on May 19th, the council adopted the family-friendly design guidelines, the amendment to the design guidelines, with including the modifications that the commission made, of course, at your meeting in April. So the new family-friendly design guidelines are now in effect, although at present, of course, they only apply to projects that are seeking bonus points or are city-sponsored, but that is presumably soon to change. In other news, I, along with Chair Moss, attended the American Planning Association National Planning Conference last month up in Seattle. And it was very, very interesting conference, as always. There is a summary of it in the April progress report, which was recently distributed to all of you. So presumably you've seen that. And if you want any further details or have any questions about the conference, feel free to ask me about it. On May 14th, a couple of weeks ago, we had Bike to Work Day. It's still Bike to Work Month, of course, for the entire month of May, but May 14th was Bike to Work Day. There was a community bike ride held from City Hall to all of the Energizer stations in Emeryville with a small but dedicated group of cyclists, including Councilmember Martinez. Finally, I just want to remind you that the City Council will be holding interviews for Planning Commission hopefuls on June 16th, and that includes incumbents who wish to be reappointed. This is for the two scheduled vacancies, which are Chair Moss and Vice Chair Tan, and the one unscheduled vacancy, Commissioner Coomerly. Applications are due by June 1st, and the appointments are expected to be made by the City Council on June 16th after the interviews. So if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. That concludes my report.
All right, if there are no questions,